Alright guys, what's up? So this is going to be a kind of like a show day type video for you guys. Peeking for my second show of the season, Detroit. Chilling at the Airbnb right now. We just woke up. We took some fasted pictures. We'll probably post for you guys later, like maybe after a meal or two. We're a touch flat, but that's fine. We need to make weight. So stepped on the scale right after. I was like right on the money, 227 flat. That's my weight cap. We're probably about to go make weight. I mean, I have the option to do early weigh-ins in like 15 minutes. So we're probably going to go make weight, and then we'll catch the first meal. We'll check back with you guys when we're doing that. But yeah, just excited for this show. I mean, we did our first one last weekend. We got first call-outs at my first pro show, which is obviously great. This one's definitely more competitive, so I'm not necessarily expecting to place better, but the goal is to bring a better look. That's what we focused on this time. We wanted to come in just a little bit tighter, a little bit drier. We are going to push fullness a little bit now that we've brought that conditioning in a little bit more. So like I said, overall hoping for a better look, but we'll check back with you guys later. All right, guys, so we did just make weight. Had to get height in, then weighed in. So we weighed in a couple pounds under, which is good. Got some more growing I can do. But now we're going to start that carb up process. So we got meal number one here. I have about 65 grams of carbs total in this meal. I have, about 45, 50 from oatmeal. And then I have an apple as well that I'm going to eat. So protein oatmeal, some nut butter, 5 grams of fat from that. So let's get this meal down and then fill out. All right, guys, we got meal number two right here of the carb up. So I got beef, rice, a little bit of oil. I might also have some pineapple for you. So carbs are increased a little bit this meal. Got about 70 grams of those. We're lowering protein as well. I'm a day out from the show, so I'm not building muscle. We got beef, like I said, beef, rice, avocado oil, and pineapple. We just keep the foods nice and simple. The stuff that I know digests super good with me. That way I can have a nice flat stomach tomorrow. Quick. All right, we're about to go to the gym as well. So I'm gonna get just a little bit of steps in just for digestion walk. Probably pose a little bit. I don't need to get a pump really. I'm just gonna kind of pose, and I'll probably sit in the sauna for a little bit while everybody else works out. So we'll catch you guys at the gym. What's up, guys? So we just got our tan. We left the gym. We came straight here. We got all tanned up and everything. So we got the first coat of tan on today, and then we'll get another coat in the morning. So now we got that tan, about to eat a meal here. So we have some tilapia and rice and then a little bit of pineapple. So again, we're continuing that carb up. We're continuing to dry out. So sipping on my diet tea, which will kind of has a little bit of a diuretic in it. It's got some caffeine and stuff, so it's going to help me flush. But yeah, so that's kind of the game plan right now. We just got our tan, about to eat again, and now check in with you guys for the next meal. Check-ins we have in a couple hours, so we'll eat this. We go to the grocery store, pick up anything we need, and then we'll go back, chill at the Airbnb, and then we'll come back at 6 p.m. for the pro check-ins. All right, guys, so we got all checked in for the show, number 77 tomorrow. So yeah, we just went to check-ins. That went nice and smooth. They talked a little bit about the show, answered any questions, whatever. So I'll be on tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. free live stream. Show will be over by the time you guys see this, but be on tomorrow 11:30 a.m. for prejudging, and then we have finals at 5:30. So I guess the rest of the night, honestly, I'm just gonna chill, kind of keep my feet up. I need to stay off my feet, rest up a little bit, and just kind of relax. We have a tan tomorrow morning, not super early, but early enough where I want to make sure I can get to bed on time and just get up and get a good night's sleep. So other than that, yeah, it's just gonna be chilling the rest of the night. All right, so we just took a check-in picture after meal one. So I took fast this morning and then sent those over to my coach. And then after meal one, just to kind of assess the look. The fasted look was the favorite all prep. We'll see what he thinks of this one. But the lighting's starting to change now. We got some light coming in. So I just ate a little bit, so we're still kind of digesting. So we'll do our best to kind of hold this look until prejudging. We have probably like an hour and a half till it starts, somewhere in there. So should be a really good look come stage time. But we're going to head over to the venue, and we'll catch you guys probably after that, maybe a little bit before. All right, guys, so we just wrapped up prejudging. We're going to stitch in some videos and stuff like that, either before or after this clip. Pretty disappointed. Not going to really like sugarcoat it or try to like act fake on here. I mean, I ended up, not getting remotely close to what I wanted, pretty much like last. I'm not sure what happened. I mean, I did bring a much better look than last week, but that just could be where I stack up at this point. I mean, my physique has improved a lot since I turned pro. I'm up 12 pounds since I turned pro. I brought my best look ever. And although I'm extremely proud of that, it's not like, it's just kind of like mixed emotions. You bring your best look ever, and then you're pretty much placing like, towards the bottom. I got to stay on stages with some really good guys. I did have a good stage experience. The stage lighting was great. The people were great, whatever else. I mean, I try to look at things from a positive light. I had a lot of friends and family there. People asking me to take pictures and stuff, which was a cool thing for me. All my friends supporting, and everyone's telling me they're very proud of me, which does mean a lot. So I mean, I'm kind of allowing myself to feel these emotions because I think that that's not a bad thing. I shouldn't suppress my emotions of being, obviously slightly depressed about, kind of how the show went. But at the end of the day, I know once I am over feeling these emotions, I'll be extremely grateful for, the way that people have told me that they're proud of me, the way that they spent, hours out of their days or even their whole weekend driving up to support. It does mean a lot. I'm very grateful for that. I've had a lot of support this prep that, I'm extremely grateful for, and I don't want my feelings right now about where I possibly did to overshadow that. So it's been a good prep for me, and obviously, like I said, I did get to prove I belonged on stage. I got first call outs last week at a different show. This week, even if I do place towards the bottom, which that's kind of how it looks, I still looked like I belonged up there. I didn't look out of place, whatever. So overall, it's a good show experience. I still think I'm going to get to go do my posing routine tonight. That's what we're hoping for. If I can do that, I will put that in there as well. I'm extremely proud of this routine. So yeah, that's pretty much kind of how the show experience went. This is, I guess, kind of the end of the prep series, but now you guys get to see, I'm going to take you along for the journey of kind of building now the next level of my physique. So we kind of see what improvements we need to make, and that's the other reason why I wanted to get out there, is just to show people, just to see for myself, like, what do I really need as far as, getting to that next level. I think I've seen it. So overall size, and then we're going to bring up some lagging body parts, but I'm excited to take you guys along for that next journey. I'm not the type to give up or whatever, so I'm going to use it kind of as motivation, let that fuel me or whatever. And this is going to be a feeling I think about going into every training session because I don't want to feel this again. So I will be thinking about this moving forward and as far as every training session goes. But yeah, I'm excited to show you guys kind of like how I'm improving my physique and just how I'm going to get to that next level to make sure that I'm at my best, and wherever that lands me, we'll see. But probably won't get on stage for a while. But like I said, I'm excited to show you guys how I improve my physique. So. All right, guys, so we just wrapped up the show. Got my tan showered off, which if anyone has competed before, you guys know that is like the best feeling post-show. I did crush a cinnamon roll off camera, so sorry about that, but it was pretty good. Now we're actually out to dinner, so with my family and then, a couple friends or whatever, so gonna have a good meal. Probably take a quick clip of the meal just to show you guys, but ordered like a burger, sweet potato fries, onion rings. I got a side Caesar salad too, so just kind of basic stuff. I mean, but yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this meal, and then we're gonna head home after that. Show honestly wrapped up pretty good. I mean, I kind of told you guys where we were at. After prejudging, that didn't change. But I went back for finals. I had fun. I wish I could have done my routine. I did spend a lot of time on it, but I don't obviously regret spending that time, but wish I could have performed it. That's kind of the only thing. I feel like there was just 4 people left to pose. They could have just let us pose, but it is what it is. But we had a cool pose down with all the guys that were in the show, so that was kind of cool to see. Get to pose next to some obviously very high level guys. But yeah, prep's over now. So like I said, it's time to grow. I did get feedback from the judges, and that's really what they said. They were like, listen, like, we really like the look. You have a great shape. They kind of see the potential there, but they just said, you need a lot of size. And I kind of knew that going into it. I expected to be one of the smaller guys on stage. And, I've really never been the biggest guy on stage. My shape's kind of always made up for that. We're just kind of at the point where we can't do that anymore. So we are going to gain some size. This burger and fries is going to be meal one in the bulk. So, but yeah, we're going to hit this and then we'll head home after that. I have a bunch of client plans and stuff to update. If you guys do want any kind of coaching or whatever, I do posing and prep. Give me a message or whatever. Hit me up on Instagram, Big Steve Physique. I always talk about that and, help work you towards your goals. So I'm going to enjoy some time with family and, friends and stuff that have supported me this whole prep. I appreciate you guys as well for supporting me along this journey as well. And we'll catch you guys in the next video.